So hey folks, so with sadness I regret to say that this is going to be the last video you see of me and this F450 because I'm getting rid of it. So as most of you know, I spend quite a bit of time at car dealerships reviewing their vehicles. Well, AutoNation has a tool online that you can go and put your vehicle's information in to get an instant trade evaluation or instant purchase evaluation for your vehicle. They'll buy your vehicle at whatever price they tell you without actually needing you to trade it in. And most of the time, these tools don't reflect the greatest price or the greatest value or what you think is fair. But I happened to go into this tool and just input my truck's information just to see what type of value I would get for my truck on trade-in. And the number was shocking. By the way, I'm going to pick up some kolaches. The value that they were giving me for my truck wasn't that much less than what I paid for my truck. Partially because this truck was purchased in October of 2015, so I've had it almost 2 years, and I have 15,400 miles on it currently. And the value they gave me for the truck was almost what I paid for the truck. So I'm very happy with that value, and I know that if I wait too much longer, especially with the new body design out, that's going to depreciate my truck further, and I don't want to take that hit, so I've went ahead and decided to go ahead and upgrade to a new truck. Hi, I'd like to order a half dozen of the full-size kolaches, and it's sausage and cheese, right? Cheese. Let me do the two without cheese also. You know, a lot of folks would say that it's a bad investment to trade in a vehicle every couple of years, but in the case of owning a diesel pickup truck, if you look back on the video I made about diesel versus gas ownership and how that extra cost you pay at the front end is kind of recouped to you at the back end, this is a prime example of that. All right, you too, thanks. So at the end of the day, to be happy with the vehicle, you have to be happy with it. And I absolutely love this vehicle. This truck has been phenomenal. You've seen me do all sorts of reviews about the reasons that I like this truck. Now, the truck that I'm going to be upgrading to is kind of a secret at this point. And I've looked at all the trucks on the market, and I've tried to determine which one I think would be the best fit for my specific situation. One of the reasons why I'm not going to be getting an F450 is the fact that it's very hard to get that truck serviced from a tire perspective. I have to actually schedule an appointment with a commercial tire shop to do any work on that truck related to wheels or tires. They won't even inflate my tires at a discount tire. So I could either do it myself, get the air compressor out, or I could try to go the direction of getting a shop to do it. And then the other challenge is buying aftermarket tires. To go to a larger, more aggressive tire isn't real practical with a 19.5-inch wheel. Even though they're available, they're far more expensive, and they have to be a specific size exactly for your rim. Going above that size can cause some major issues and can even make you liable if you're involved in an accident. One of the things I really like about the F450, and it's probably going to be the #1 thing I miss, is the turning radius. That wide track front axle that comes on this truck is phenomenal. You have the tightest turning ratio of any pickup truck I've ever been in. And I'm going to lose that with my new truck. I'm not going to have quite the steering ratio that I had with this truck. Now, when it comes to power and performance, the new truck I'm getting is actually going to have two areas that you wouldn't think it would excel in, but it does. It's going to have a higher payload capacity, and it's going to have a higher towing capacity than my current truck. A feature that I'm really going to enjoy about it is it's going to have a center high mount camera. Whenever you're hitching a fifth wheel or you're hitching a gooseneck, to have that camera up high in the bed that points down is going to be extremely convenient for me. So I really am going to like having that feature as well. The navigation system in my current truck, as well as the whole infotainment center with Sync MyTouch, just is not really convenient. It's very difficult to use, not because it's complicated, but because the buttons don't always work well. Your finger always ends up hitting another button rather than the one you want it to hit, and it's just not the greatest system out there. So the new truck that I'm going with is going to have a far, far better infotainment navigation system. It's also going to have better headlights. One of the problems with my truck is that it doesn't have the greatest headlights. They're halogen-based headlights. You know, everything about the front end of my truck uses old technology. They're all halogen or incandescent bulbs. And with the new light bulb technology that's out there, I really think that Ford should have upgraded far sooner than they did with the headlights. So when I get the new truck, I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you believe I made the right decision. I'm going to do a video on specifically a comparison of why I purchased that truck and didn't keep this one. So stay tuned. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. Windy day. So I'm here at the shop with Josh. Morning, bud.
Morning.
Here you go. It's the first one. It's a prototype.
Very nice.
And that's the back.
Very nice. Thank you.
No problem. It is a rat's nest under there. We are in the process of removing the front bumper. So there goes the ranch hand. And back to factory. And there's that ridiculous winch we had on the front. Thing's massive. Final step of putting the back bumper on. We just have the front shocks to do and the toolbox. Other than that, we're almost done. So it took all in all, what, about 3 hours? Yep. 3 hours to return the truck to stock. We took the ranch hand bumpers off, put the factory bumpers back on, had to reconnect the fog lights, took the Bilstein shocks out, put the factory Ranchos back on. Same in the back. We have the bed cover off the truck. We have the toolbox, which will be coming off the truck. I left the bed rug in, so that's a big fancy upgrade for them. We took the airbags off of the truck. And am I forgetting anything? We took the compressor for the airbags off as well. So the truck has pretty much been returned to stock. Everything's ready to transfer over to the new truck, mainly the toolbox and the airbags. But aside from that, this is essentially what the truck looked like from factory. You know, I want to really take a moment to thank Josh here. He came in on a Sunday to do this with me, and that just tells you something. And by the way, I don't have any type of an agreement with him to where, you know, he's given me anything special for this videoing. I mean, this is simply how he treats his customers. I don't think he'll come in every Sunday for every possible thing, but he definitely came to help me out since my new truck is going to be here real soon. But I do want to take a moment to give Josh a big shout out, Truckmasters a big shout out. Again, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Anyways, guys, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you.